My daughter wants to sign up for the county soccer league, but she brought home several forms for me to sign. If she gets hurt at a practice or a game, am I going to be responsible for all of her medical bills? And that question comes from Candace. Your advice for Candace?
Well, this is kind of a tricky question. I would say to Candace, it depends. And what it's going to depend on is a couple things. It's the county soccer league, so that normally would implicate what we've talked about before, the Mississippi Tort Claims Act, which is when you sue a county or a city. But it also comes down to whether these waivers and releases that you have to sign anywhere, whether it's the skating rink or the trampoline park, everywhere you go, you're signing these things. And there was a case a few years ago called the Collier case where someone died on a church trip. And this minor, his parents or guardian had signed a release and a medical authorization, and they were down in Costa Rica, and heaven forbid the child drowned.
Wow.
And so when it came down to it, the Court of Appeals said that because of the age of the child and because of who had signed the documents, that they weren't binding on the child. It was a pretty big decision under Mississippi law. These cases can be very fact specific though, and I'd probably have to talk to you a little bit more, but I'd be glad to talk to you if you want to call me Monday.
Okay, and you know, so many parents, we're all in that position, like you said, whether if it's events at school, participation in sports, and those type of things. Do you see situations like that a lot?
Yeah, especially this time of year, you know, with soccer and baseball and all those leagues, and nobody wants a kid to get hurt, but sometimes it does happen, and you know, a lot of times it happens when things get out of control or there's not a lot of supervision. And now that is one area where the Supreme Court has been clear that whether you're doing adequate supervision or not is a question for a jury. So you could face liability under that theory of the law.